नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं सौम्य रॉय और मैं आप सब लोगों का स्वागत करना चाहता हूं मेरे YouTube चैनल पे। दोस्तों, जैसे कि मैंने आप लोगों को प्रॉमिस किया था कि मैं आप लोगों के लिए एक Q&A सेशन का ऑर्गेनाइज करूंगा और आज मैं आप लोगों के सामने वही Q&A सेशन लेके आया हूं। एंड टुडे आई हैव अ वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट विद मी. ही इज Yaroslav. Yaroslav has been a market analyst with Olymp Trade for last 4 years. He graduated from Moscow University of Industry and Finance and has been trading for the last 10 years, guys. It's a lot of time, 10 years. And he grew his account from $10,000 to $65,000 in just over 2 years. Incredible. He's a very good friend, a very good human being. We met briefly when he was interviewing me, and this time it's me on the other side. So I would love to welcome Yaroslav. I thank you for taking out time for all of us.
Namaste.
Welcome.
Namaste, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Roy. Good to see you. Good to be with you guys.
So today I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions gathered from the entire length and breadth of India. Are you ready?
Oh, I hope so. One can never be truly ready.
Certainly. Okay, so without wasting any further time, guys, let's dive in. So the first questions come your way from Ayush Kumar. And he says, when I'm trading in demo account, I usually make profits. But when I start trading in live, it happens that I lose all the time. I want to know, why is that?
Practice makes perfect. I mean, if you need to have a fully ready trading strategy that you have tested, that you have traded real money on, we often say that, you got to start with a demo account and stay on the demo account for as long as possible. That is true, but you really need to practice the live emotions, the feelings of risking your money, of having a big trade in the positive territory, of dealing with losses like one after another.
I completely agree with you, Yaroslav, because I think when you are practicing in demo and when you are switching to live, the environment changes, the emotions changes, and with the changes you certainly you can practice, you can test your strategies, you can do n number of back testing in demo, but when you come to live, it's all about the environment. And the more you indulge yourself to the live environment, the better you get with time.
Absolutely.
So let's move to the next questions. So the next question is also from Ayush, and he has a couple of questions for us. So the second question for you is, there are so many chart types and patterns. How can I identify a chart which gives me a clear trend or direction, or at least help me predict the next price move? He is trying to ask, there are so many different chart patterns out there, and he wants to understand which specific chart pattern could give him like not 100%, but 80% surety of the next market move,
Well, I have a favorite chart pattern. It's a continuation of the main trend, right? A breakout of the correction. Just a main trend, right? We're going in one direction, and then we have a correctionary period. So once we break out of this, and to have an even extra confidence in this trade, I don't go on the breakout level. This isn't where I would open it, but a retest at this level right here, I would open in the up direction. So kind of this breakout of a correction of a large main trend. This chart pattern, this kind of setup has the potential to give you the best and the highest confidence trade. So the probability that the trade will be successful is very high. I can't vouch and say that it'll be 80% in all market events, but that's a really good one.
So this is pretty good, because I also follow something like this. So our next question is about emotions. We as traders, I am sure that you also have the same feelings. I certainly do. And emotions are always a big topic of debate. and nobody understands actually how to handle emotions correctly. I am not sure if there is some remedy or some medicine to this to handle emotions, but let's say the question, how can I control fear and greed? How can I overcome emotions while trading live? My heartbeat increases while I'm trading live. So that's like a big question.
Yeah, I mean, it does. And it does for me as well. I'm sure if my heartbeat increases as well, especially if there's, thousands of dollars on the line per one trade. The only suggestion that I have is to work, to feel them. You can't get rid of emotions. We're not robots. As much as, we indulge in the thought that, oh, I can be a robot, or I can, follow very strict guidelines or control my emotions. There's really no such thing as controlling your emotions. You're going to feel them anyway. Experience them, and then learn how you can continue to behave normally. So the problem with fear and greed is that they alter the way you behave. You start taking poor trades, or you start getting rid of good trades. The key, I think, is to learn to experience them first, and then there's no need to fight them, accept them, and you can learn to continue to function properly once you understand what you're experiencing. There's a form of meditation that allows you to keep quiet, to feel everything that you're feeling, not block it out, but accept it. And so I guess maybe one step that you can take in dealing with that is accepting it. Accept those emotions, and with time you'll learn to not allow them to influence your work or your trading.
True, I completely agree with you. I completely agree. Yeah, I also think maybe your investment amount could sometime make this experience high or low in some ways. Like, if you are putting like big money at stake, you'd experience these emotions, like overwhelming emotions. If the investment is low, probably it could be the other way. So I think risk management also plays some bit of role, right?
For sure. If you're trading too large and the trade amount does not allow you to sleep comfortably, there's a problem. You're trading too high. So lowering the trade amount for sure so life is comfortable.
True.
These are really good questions, by the way, really deep.
Yeah.
You have some really
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's not only problem of beginners. It's problem for all level of traders. Like, you can be beginner, you can be intermediate, you can be pro, maybe you have been profitable always. However, when there is big money at stake, you are not a robot, and you cannot control that. No, nothing is happening, everything is all right.
That doesn't happen like that.
Sure. You cannot block it out for sure. Yeah. Okay, so we have our next question from Mr. Ranjit Singh, and he says, "So please give me full information about fundamental analysis."
That's really broad, the question. Give you full information about fundamental analysis. It's a very deep topic. We probably won't even cover it in a few webinars, not just in this one. I really don't understand how to answer that.
I think, in my opinion, fundamental analysis not always play a bigger role when we are trading short time frames, right? Like, economic activity certainly does play a role. However, I think to catch hold of every news which is coming out there in the market is also not the right way to approach always, right? I mean, that's my point of view, because I have been also trading for a long time actively, and I have tried to mix fundamental and technical analysis, and I see, like, when there is a news, the charts are like they are vibrating all over the screen. However, if you just filter that span of time, like 1 hour before the news outbreak and 1 hour after the news outbreak, you see again the trend is like very smooth, and you can certainly enter the market and make some profit out of that.
Sure. And sometimes when the news comes out, the effect is the opposite of what economic theory says, the price should do. Like the interest rate for the UK, every time they raise the interest rate, the pound should rise in value. It drops all the time. So there's several different assets that behave the opposite of what they should do, and that economic theory says that they should. And of course, technical analysis in and of itself is a form of analysis, and I know several traders that just use that. They don't care about what the news is because they trade intraday and they watch the price action tells them everything they need to know.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. Let's move to the next question, and this question is one hell of a question. So it's like, so is it possible that Olymp Trade can shut their business and run away in the near future?
Yes, we talked about this before. So it's an international brokerage company. They don't keep their funds with the company's business, right? So what that means is that you're dealing with an international brokerage company, financial institution that has multiple offices in different countries. So the likelihood that something will happen to your money in the long term is very, very low. I mean, a collapse of the financial system will, anywhere where you put your money will not protect you from that. But the fact that it's an international brokerage company gives it that credibility and that safety that it's going to withstand financial difficulties if it ever encounters them.
I get your point. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. What includes better mindset, Yaroslav? That's a question from Ranjit Singh again.
Mm-hmm. Really good questions. So mindset to me is very important. I believe that trading is a financial sport and that you need to not only be physically fit and mentally fit, but you also need to continuously uphold that that mind state of a winner, of a champion. And so, every day you got to wake up and give yourself a mental shampoo, especially if you had, a very poor trading session the previous time, and especially if it's been following you. So there are going to be periods and days where, I can't make a single trade work for me. And it takes consistent work upon myself and internally to really have a champion mindset that I can win, that I can make it. And this is something that doesn't go away. Again, no matter how experienced you are or how wealthy you get, you're still going to need to uplift yourself. And I think having a mindset of an athlete, a mindset of a competitor, I think really goes a long way in this business.
Right. And how do you usually encounter this mindset patterns? Like, I am sure, like, you have been trading for a long time, you have seen a lot of ups and downs, and probably there is some pattern which you follow to come out of that losing streak and then challenge it or take it in a way that nothing has ever happened, and then you move forward, you get it better, and you succeed. Is there something special which you do or which you follow? Probably 2 or 3 points, if you could.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good question. I find that a balance in life, a work-life balance, helps. I find that time always heals, especially a big loss. And then confidence is also a skill. It's a muscle that you have to train. I'm confident in my trading. I'm confident that I'll come out profitable. I'm confident that I can make up those losses. It's been a few years since I've bankrupted an account. Yeah, those 3 points, if you can call them points, nothing really super special, but sport actually helps a lot as well, like going to the gym or going for a bike ride or something.
Right. What includes a proper trading plan as per you, Yaroslav?
Well, we spoke about fundamental analysis a few minutes ago. I believe that a lot of the choices that I make in the market, they're based on some form of, macroeconomical study, some sort of understanding of which industry is rising, which industry is falling. That is one of the, I guess, key points of a good trading system. Another one would be the proper entry point using technical analysis, sometime on a lower time frame, a good entry point, and reporting. Any trading system needs to have good accounting practices and good self-analysis and good record keeping of all sorts. And I think that is often overlooked with traders when they're working, or when they're just conducting their business, their day-to-day business. They don't treat it as a business. They don't record and kind of nitpick at every little trade parameter that they may have considered. And I think that's a shortcoming. I think that if you're trading, and if this is a business that you put money in it, it should be making you money. I think that those three things should be followed, to the T 100%.
That's a spot on. Yeah, I do agree with you. Next question is from one of my followers in Instagram, RS07. So he's asking, what's the best way to deposit and withdraw?
Actually, we have implemented a cryptocurrency system. So now you can pay with USDT. I really recommend, if you have, any kind of interest in investing in any kind of, modern investing practices, for sure check out crypto. For sure check out the easiness and the effectivity, the speed of, cryptocurrency transfers. I think that's one of the payment systems that I think everybody should try at least once in their life.
Right. Yeah, I also use USDT. Before, I used to deposit and withdraw through my bank card. And for the past 2 months, I'm using USDT, and it's so smooth. It's so smooth, I must tell you. Yeah. So I also suggest you guys can try USDT. It's really helpful. Okay, my next question to you, Yaroslav, is from my Instagram follower. He's Digital Jatin, and he's asking how to improve trading psychology, how to think like a rich trader.
I'm not really big on thinking like a rich trader. Of course, I think it's healthy to want riches. It's healthy to want profit, but I think it's unhealthy to plan these lavish lifestyle, because first of all, it's a weak plan, right? You want that so much today. Are you going to want it tomorrow? Are you going to want it when you lose a lot of money, or when you need to pay bills? So it's a confusing and impractical way of thinking. So I think of it as a job. I think of it as, I wake up in the morning and I do these steps, and it brings me happiness. It brings me money sometimes, and I think it needs to be a deeper meaning to you as a person. What do you think? Add something.
You know what I feel? Like, you can think whatever you want, doesn't matter, but it shouldn't put unnecessary pressure on you while you are trading. And if you are putting some unnecessary pressure of like some targets, I need to do this, I need to do that, this is my benchmark, then of course you are going to face the consequences. I have faced it myself, and I never recommend anybody to put any unrealistic target. Trading is certainly a business. Like, if you are a shop owner, you know it for sure, it's a given that not every day you are going to get same number of clients and same number of sales every day, right? It's gonna be, it's like the 5 fingers of your hand. Not all of these fingers are same. So I think a trader's day should look like your life, or like your fingers in your hand, because you never know when the market will behave in what way and what would be the return. And if you try to push, there are chances that you will make mistakes. And if you make mistakes in trading in stock market, the only mistake is by losing money. And I'm sure that I don't want it for myself. I'm sure you don't. And I suggest all my followers not to put unnecessary pressure. Take it as a business. Take it like smooth and simple. Just go with the flow and you will get the result, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Never, I would never take out, actually I might, but I don't recommend to take out credit. Don't trade on credit. I also don't recommend, don't burden like yourself that you have to pay the bills, you have to pay for food, you have to pay for your children through trading when you're just starting out. That's completely unnecessary.
True.
Yeah.
Yaroslav, I am going towards my next question. It's from Aman, and he asked, how can we learn focusing by reading the economic calendar? How can we predict what could be the impact of the news, and from where can we know more about such news breakouts?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm going to direct your viewers to our YouTube page because Olymp Trade Global makes a ton of videos that really covers this topic. And yeah, we looked at the NFP report. We looked at interest rates. We talk about how the news can impact. We look at different scenarios, and we show live examples of trading these news events live. I recommend you guys go ahead and watch that on the Olymp Trade Global YouTube page.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I also follow, like, you guys make a lot of webinars. Yeah, they are really helpful for sure. Okay, so Aman, you know where exactly to go. You can go to Olymp Global and you will find all the news breakouts and all the information related to that. So my next question is from Prasant Singh. He wants a review on Quickler. His second question is, should I buy stocks on Olymp? His third question is, how to be calm and disciplined. And his fourth and last question, Yaroslav, is how to manage mindset during losses and profits.
First question was review on Quickler. I really haven't traded much on Quickler. During our previous time we talked about it, I thought it was Quick Strike. The Chicago Mercantile Board of Exchange has a trading information portal called Quick Strike. Quickler is, I don't know. I haven't traded it. I don't have any suggestions about it. Should I buy stocks on Olymp? I think that it's a fantastic system where you can trade FTT, Forex, and buy stocks for the long term without an overnight holding commission. So absolutely, if you want to invest in the long term, if you believe that there is going to be some economic reversal and stocks will start growing, then absolutely you should invest in stocks. Some stocks move quite significantly throughout the day, and they can bring some great rewards. How to be calm and disciplined was the third question. How to be calm and disciplined. Calm.
That's a difficult one.
Yeah, for me, calm is difficult sometimes. Discipline, it's a muscle. It's a skill. You need to work at being disciplined in other aspects of your life, and then you will see how in trading you become more disciplined. That would be my recommendation. If you set yourself a sports plan that you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week, you need to make sure that you get up and go, because if you start slacking off in the gym, then you will definitely start slacking off in trading. If you start slacking off in your private life, in your personal life, then that will bleed over into your profession, your career, your job. So practice discipline in all that you do. And how to manage mindset during losses and profits. So I don't know how to manage your mindset. Well, it's gonna be there. You're gonna get greedy when you see your first $1,000. You're gonna want to press that button and take it. And it may be a good idea. It may be a good option. I take impulses all the time. I never sit through a massive trend nowadays. Well, during losses, if you're facing a string of losses and you notice you're going a little crazy, that happens. It happens to everybody. Stop trading. Just stop trading, turn off the computer, go for a walk, enjoy the rest of your day. That's what you were talking about spending some time with yourself, doing things that make you happy, doing things that you like.
Exactly. And while you are losing, it's not only that it's a mistake of a trader. You can lose due to a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
And traders lose due to a lot of different reasons. And in my opinion, if you are losing, if you see that you are not getting enough out of the market, it's better not to indulge in that market. Go away, take some rest, come back fresh next day and try it all over again. That's what I do. Yeah. And you see, like, I like last time when you were interviewing me, I told you that I have a group where I give signals to beginner traders, and I teach them how to trade, how to take entries. And as of now, I get a lot of questions every day, like, "Sir, why can't we take one more trade, just one more trade, and I will recover my losses?" And I have been telling everybody for the last 3.5 years that, guys, if something is not working out, that means it's not working out. You shouldn't push. You shouldn't push yourself first, and you shouldn't push me in the second place, because I understand that we can probably win the trade which we will open to recover some lost trades, but it can also happen the other way. Then why do you want to risk more and then repent like, "Oh God, why did I do that?"
Yeah. So
that's not how it works. Yeah, true. And quitting for that day is the best option. Anyways, long answer. My next question to you, Yaroslav, is from Vaibhav. And he's asking, my 400 deposit is pending with Olymp Trade. The amount got deducted from my bank, but never appeared on my trading account in the platform.
Well, this isn't a support chat. For sure, we would not be the right people to ask about this. But it happened to me recently as well. I was in Turkey, and we took like $1,000 off our account, and the money got deducted from the account, but the ATM machine, it said error, and it didn't give us the money. And we sat there, we took photos of the machine, and we thought, what are we going to do? Are we going to have to go to the head office? And, is it going to be a big headache? In the end, they ended up, crediting the money back to my account. But I know exactly what it feels like. That moment right there was like, oh, my money, give it to me, machine. I'm sure that that's not the case with what we have right now. I'm not part of support, so I guess I wouldn't be the right person to talk about it. But I'm sure, it takes some time. There's a KYC procedure, like know your client, that Olymp Trade has to conduct in order to circumvent money laundering and things like that. And so that could be the reason. At contact support, there's a special department for that.
Right. I do have some bit of experience like this, and I emailed Olymp Trade customer care, and I got that sorted out. It happens due to a lot of problems what they told me from the support department long back, like 2 years back. So anyways, Vaibhav, if you are listening to our chat, then you know whom to contact. Please go ahead and get in touch with Olymp Trade customer support, and I'm sure they will be able to help you with this. If not, and if your issue is already resolved, then please do leave a comment below. Yaroslav is please introduce copy trading option on Olymp Trade. Do you guys have any plans like this?
Not that I know of, but I could be mistaken again. Even if I knew, I shouldn't be saying about our secret projects coming up, but I don't know, honestly.
Okay, perfect. So I think you
Roy publishes his signals. You guys can copy those.
Yeah, I do. I'm doing it for a long time. Sometimes it's hectic. Now I have my VIP group where I give signals for FTT, Forex, Stock PT, and on different news outbreaks, And I see that a lot of people love it. And I have another group which is just for beginners, like entry-level ones, where they want to make quick money. I give them signals. However, it's not quick money. It's everything which you need to do, which you need to follow while trading in stocks. I follow the same and I give signals for FTT only. Okay, so my next question to you, Yaroslav, is from Kingster. Srijit is also my follower on Instagram, and his question is it okay to start with $10 or $200 in live?
I think it's not only okay to start, I think it's mandatory. You put on $10 and you see if you can, trading $1, if you can make money or if you'll lose. And that will project to you what will happen if you put $100 on your account or $1,000 on your account. The same principles work. And I think the faster you get started with $10, the better, right? The quicker you'll get off of that demo account kind of illusion that you can only make money on demo, or that that the system's rigged, or the emotions that come up with it. All of that you'll start to feel it and practice it when you put $10 on your account. Adding to that, if you want to make money, make significant money without having to risk anything, to me, that only happened when I put $10,000 on the account. So from 10,000, I started, being able to take a little bit for myself and to feel good and to grow the account. So if you're looking to make money and not take excessive risk, you need to have more on your account and then still make smaller trades.
True. Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I also have a practice like in Olymp Trade. You guys have this partition option, right? You deposited $1,000 and then you divided it into 5 small accounts or 4 small accounts. And every week, one of these accounts is what you trade and you make money from the end. And I think that's a really nice approach for anybody to follow. I mean, like, once you do this, you feel like, okay, I have $200 for this account for this week, and I am supposed to invest $200 or maybe less, not more certainly. And whatever I get on top of $200 is my profit. And that is, in my opinion, that's a very nice way to judge if you are really doing all right or not. That's a really great way. And I completely support this. And I was really glad when you guys introduced this. And I also want all of you guys, my followers, that you guys can also, split your money into 2, 3, 4 different small accounts and use it week after week and try to gauge your performance and your profits. Yaroslav?
Yes.
My last and final question to you. What about hotlines? They are closed, and when will they start?
I definitely think you should email support, get in touch with them. They'll provide you with an answer, and they're really good at what they do. And they'll quickly reply to email inquiries. They reply within a few business days.
I get your point. Thank you very much, Yaroslav, for doing this. I think you have answered all the questions patiently. It's great to have you here, and I am sure that my followers would appreciate this. And in future, if they have any questions, I will again email it to you, and probably we can organize some more such webinars together so that we can help some people who are in need, who are trying to get into stock market and trying to gather some help from you, from me, from anybody else out there. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much. Really appreciate your time and joining us today in my YouTube channel, Soumyo Roy. तो दोस्तों, आप लोगों का जो भी सवाल था, उन सब सवालों का जवाब आज आप लोगों को शायद मिल गया होगा. Now you guys know what exactly to do, what to follow, and how to follow to become a profitable, successful, logical trader, right? तो अगर आप लोगों को अच्छा लगा हो ये वीडियो, तो वीडियो को लाइक करना मत भूलिएगा. नीचे कमेंट करना मत भूलिएगा कि आप लोगों को क्या अच्छा लगा. और अगर कोई सवाल है तो वो भी आप लोग नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन में कर सकते हो. वीडियो को बिल्कुल शेयर कीजिएगा. आप लोगों का जो भी सोशल मीडिया अकाउंट्स है, टेलीग्राम हो गया, फेसबुक हो गया, व्हाट्सएप हो गया, हर जगह शेयर कीजिए. बिकॉज I want to help you guys, and I want that the right knowledge should reach all of you out there. जो भी ट्रेडिंग स्टार्ट करना चाहता है, जो भी ट्रेडिंग के बारे में जानना चाहता है, सबके पास इंफॉर्मेशन करेक्ट होना चाहिए।